Minky, a man in his 50s, is already worried about retirement. He still has a large mortgage to pay off, and his retirement is approaching. The future feels uncertain. How should he prepare for life after retirement? Japan is one of the oldest countries in the world. 1 in 4 men and 1 in 3 women are 65 or older. South Korea, which is just entering a super-aged society, is now experiencing what Japan went through 10 years ago. Japanese retirement experts say that post-retirement life typically falls into 2 categories: those who enjoy financial and personal freedom, and those who rely solely on pensions and have to keep working to make ends meet. But when and where does this divide start? In 2013, a Japanese economic journal analyzed the financial lives of affluent and struggling retirees. They surveyed 300 retired men aged 60 to 65 living in urban areas in Japan, categorizing them into financial groups based on their current savings. They then examined their savings at age 30 and found a clear pattern. 26.4% of affluent retirees had saved between $75,000 and $112,500, whereas 43.6% of struggling retirees had saved less than $7,500. Differences also appeared in their first home purchases. Affluent retirees tended to buy homes earlier. 52.9% had purchased a home before turning 34. Another key factor was whether they had paid off their mortgages before retirement. Many struggling retirees still had outstanding loans even after retiring. Additionally, affluent retirees tended to spend money on experiences, such as family, travel, and leisure, while struggling retirees spent more on material goods. It became clear that retirement outcomes begin diverging as early as one's 30s. So, how can people ensure a financially secure retirement? 1. Start planning for retirement by age 50. A survey by a Japanese financial journal found a major difference between retirees who were satisfied with their retirement and those who were not, whether they had started preparing for retirement in their 50s. Retirement expert Professor Hosaka Takashi emphasizes the need to change financial habits after 50. Avoid increasing your standard of living after 50. Many employees experience peak earnings in their 50s, making it tempting to upgrade their lifestyle. However, once spending increases, it is difficult to cut back later. Maintaining a moderate standard of living ensures a smoother transition into retirement. Buy expensive items with cash. Impulse purchases may be manageable while earning a salary, but they can become problematic after retirement. Using cash for big purchases encourages mindful spending. Limit financial support for adult children and grandchildren. Many retirees generously fund their children's education, overseas travel, and other expenses. Unless you are financially secure, prioritize your own retirement savings. It is advisable to set clear boundaries, such as limiting financial support to a child's college education. 2. Consider slow entrepreneurship. In Japan, an increasing number of retirees are engaging in slow entrepreneurship, turning hobbies into small businesses that provide modest income and personal fulfillment. This type of business follows 2 key principles. Prioritize enjoyment over profit. The focus should be on personal satisfaction rather than maximizing earnings. Work at a comfortable pace. Instead of aiming for rapid financial growth, retirees should focus on maintaining a low-risk, low-reward business. A good example is JTL, a Japanese company offering dog walking services. The business has minimal fixed costs, just flyers and basic supplies. The owner charges about $15 per session, which isn't a huge income, but it provides both financial support and personal fulfillment. Slow entrepreneurship allows retirees to utilize their experience, find joy in work, and maintain financial stability. 3. Build a third circle of relationships. A Japanese senior magazine surveyed retirees about whom they would prefer to travel with. An overwhelming 90% of men answered, "My wife." However, only about 50% of women gave the same response. Many preferred to travel with friends or children. Psychologists note that one of the biggest challenges for retired men is adjusting to their wives wanting more personal time. Workplace friendships also tend to fade after leaving a job, making it essential to establish independent social circles before retirement. Experts strongly recommend participating in local community activities, such as volunteer work or hobby groups, since retirees spend most of their time in their local area. Community connections become essential for a fulfilling social life. Here are 2 key social etiquette rules. 1. Avoid using work-related introductions. Titles and company names are unnecessary in a community setting. Relationships should be based on shared interests. 2. Maintain balanced relationships. Over-involvement in personal matters can lead to conflicts. Light, friendly relationships are often the most sustainable. 4. Keep your mind active. Maintaining mental sharpness is just as important as financial and social preparation. Psychiatrist Dr. Wada Hideki identifies rigid routines as a key symptom of mental aging. Examples include reading only books by familiar authors, walking the same route daily, and socializing exclusively with familiar people. While such habits may feel comfortable, they can accelerate both mental and physical decline. To prevent this, retirees should try new experiences. Walking a different route or trying a new activity can help stimulate the brain. Engage in output activities. Writing is more stimulating than reading, and speaking is more beneficial than passive listening. Keeping a blog or actively participating in conversations can improve cognitive function. Conclusion: the U.S., like many developed nations, is experiencing a rapidly aging population. However, by preparing early, aging can be an opportunity rather than a crisis. By managing finances wisely, finding fulfilling post-retirement work, expanding social circles, and maintaining mental sharpness, retirees can make the most of their later years. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.